What's up, everybody? You're listening to Where's My 40 Acres, the FUBU podcast, and this week we're reviewing the blackest show on television right now, FX's own Atlanta. Shout out to Donald Glover, man.
I mean, how would you know you were alive unless you knew you would die?
My boy hooked you up. He made you the lemon pepper joints, but these got the sauce on them.
Life itself is but a series of close calls.
What's good, everybody? You are listening to Where's My 40 Acres podcast, and this is the FUBU, where we are going to do this Atlanta recap that we've been doing all season for season 2. So this is episode 10, FUBU, Young Ern, Young Alfred, no young Darius, because they met Alfred met Darius later in life as an adult. That's why Ern didn't know who he was beginning of the first season. So he's a new nigga, and I wish we'd have got some young Tracy. I think that would have been hilarious. But I think young Bobby Brown haircut is actually young Tracy, even though it's not young Tracy. That little nigga name was Chris.
That's young Tracy in spirit.
In spirit, that little nigga's name was Chris, but I'm gonna call him young Tracy, because he was a fucking savage.
That nigga did not care, man.
He laughed at suicide, bro.
Like it won't nothing.
Like he giggled at suicide. He's not gonna have a happy life as he gets older. You know, if God does work in mysterious ways. So
I was like, damn, nigga, shit. Like
it's real.
That nigga dead, man. Like
I mean, really dead. Not like play dead. Like he didn't trip and fall on the playground. He committed suicide.
Full out dead, man. Like full.
He was just here yesterday. Now he gone forever dead. And little homie was like, and I'm like, wow, that's not the reaction you're supposed to have. But okay. He might be a psychopath.
I was waiting for them to cut to here like, oh, that little punk ass nigga dead now. Good for him. I was waiting for that shit. Like,
it's funny because like all the little kids that was picking on Devin that ended up leading to his suicide, I feel like some of those actors are being typecast as little hoodlum niggas, because definitely one of those boys is from the Shy. And I was like, oh, that's that same little nigga that told on old boy when he got the food truck. See, I don't even like him, and I definitely don't like him in this. Plus, you too old to be in high school.
Also, like, I remember when he first came out, like, oh shit, man, that dude got some serious shit to say. And then when the principal came in, and I was like, man, I was like, oh man, I hope this nigga didn't kill himself.
No, I knew it when the principal came in.
That's the first thing me and my girl said. I was just kind of hoping it wouldn't have been. I mean, I don't know if it's heavy handed, but I don't know. I was hoping it wouldn't be that. That's what I was just.
You was hoping it wouldn't be that heavy handed. Like, It wouldn't be that. But you know how real this show is. I wasn't surprised. When he came in and I could look at the principal, I have something important to say. I'm like, Lord, Devin done killed himself. And he said, Devin committed suicide. I was like, well.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was. Like, wow. That's what we thought.
That was rough. But, all right. For those who don't know, if you're listening to us on YouTube, keep the comments quaint. Some of y'all be saying some just off the wall shit. Like, if you don't like the show, fine. We don't really give a fuck. We don't do it for you. We do it for us.
We do not do it for you.
Yeah, we do it for the people who actually enjoy our breakdowns of Atlanta. If you came here looking for some other substitute for some shit that you couldn't hang with, that just ain't going on no more, you got tired of listening to, I hope you enjoy the show. But if you don't, fuck off. How about that? And for everybody else who enjoys what we do here, let's just jump into this shit. So last episode, North of the Border, basically was the breakup of Alfred and Ern's business relationship, almost like family relationship, maybe. I'm not sure yet. You know, family is you know, supposed to be thick in the blood, is be blood thick or whatever, but I don't know, man. Alfred is trying to make moves and Ern is still staying in the same place. It was funny. We had some people in the comments who were saying that Alfred should take responsibility for his situation at this point. And I don't think there's ever been a point that Alfred is not taking responsibility for his situation as a rapper who is still selling drugs. The problem is artists are not business managers. So if you tell an artist that you want to be their business manager, it is your job to manage their business, not the artist's job.
But also the fact that him asking that I earn and talking to the other manager, that's him taking responsibility for it right there.
It is.
That is him being like, hey, I need to wake up and I need to do better. And I'm looking around and this might not be the best thing.
He might not be the best manager for me because I'm a lazier artist than most. Like, I'm not going to do any of this paperwork by myself. I'm not going to seek opportunities on my own. I don't know how to make a press kit. You know how many artists know how to make a fucking press kit? None.
And I honestly don't, like, again, I don't think that he's fully like fuck earn. I don't think.
Nah, it wasn't. It was very
and
like.
as we see in this one, their relationship goes, it goes way back. But I think it was more like, we can still be cool and you can still even come up with me, but it might not be like this.
I mean, he's still family.
Be able to do this.
He's still family, but he can't make money with him. And when you do business with family, that's sometimes an end that you come to. We can't make money together. We'll always be family. My mother is your mother's sister or whatnot, but we'll never do business like this. We can't get cash together, and that's just the way it is. But we don't have a whole lot of background on their actual like friendship as family members, right? Because you got family, don't mean you friends with them. I got a lot of family that I don't hang with, that I ain't friends with like that.
So it was good to see this episode because it showed that they went. It showed that it went back further than just, I saw Paperboy popping up and now I'm coming in because I want to ride on that.
Right.
They had a little bit of relationship.
Right. So that's what we're jumping into. Now, this episode opens up with Earn and his mother at not a thrift store, but they're at like an AJ Wright or a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls. I feel like they're all owned by the same corporation. They all look the same.
Well, no, they are. Design. They are literally all owned by the same corporation. AJ Wright kind of went out, but if you look, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, it might be TJ Maxx and Ross. Marshalls might be different, but there's at least three of those. There's at least three of those that are all the same.
I don't think Ross is a part of it.
Yeah, so it's probably Marshalls, TJ Maxx, AJ Wright. AJ Wright's no longer.
Maybe it
I think
is
they
Ross.
went out of business.
AJ Wright was always like the more expensive version of these stores.
No, Marshall was the more expensive version. AJ Wright was.
AJ Wright was where I was. Like TJ Maxx was always like TJ Maxx. But AJ
Marshall's
Wright up here was always more expensive.
AJ Wright.
Huh. Interesting.
The only reason I know is like I've been to a couple of them and my girl used to work at AJ Wright.
It's weird because you would go in these stores and you would see like tags from Marshalls in a TJ Maxx store.
Yes.
You'd be like, oh, they just shipping each other shirts now? They just trade apparel? Okay, cool. But Earn is with his mother and she is doing what mothers do when they drag your ass to one of these stores. They dragging your ass through each aisle, just looking at. His mother is literally picking up and looking at random shit. She is a window shopper on the inside for sure. And he's doing what kids do in those situations.
Look nice.
Yeah, you walk around with a toy, you walk around looking at your own shit, and you get stuck in the kids' aisle. You go just looking around, looking at shit. Oh, look at these socks. Fuck, it's socks, nigga. Socks. And he's playing with a bouncy ball. He goes perusing through. This nigga randomly threw that ball, bruh.
That nigga just threw that ball, man. Like,
this is Earn's lack of care for fucking shit up started at a very young age.
Randomly threw that shit clean across the way.
I could have hit a baby in the face. Like, he just threw. He's going through the aisles and he comes up on what happens. This happens very rarely, but it happens in these stores. You'll be like, oh shit, is that a FUBU shirt? Is that a platinum FUBU hoodie, nigga? Is that a Rocawear jacket? It's the ugliest Rocawear jacket you've ever seen, but it is a legit, real, authentic Rocawear jacket. Is that a Mitchell and Ness jersey for a player who rode the bench for 22 seasons? Yes, it is.
But that shit say Mitchell and Ness on it, though.
It's real Mitchell and real Ness. So you grab it and you're like, Mom, Dad, can I get this? And that's what he does with this bright ass banana yellow FUBU shirt.
You do what he did first. You look at the price tag.
Well, he ain't checked the tag.
No, he checked the price tag that they put up there because before you bring something to your mama,
you better know.
You need to already know that it's in a reasonable range. Reasonable range. Now, if you come up there and that shirt say $80, don't bring it to your mama.
Right.
Don't bring it to your mama. She ain't about to buy that for you. You know what I mean? It just that shit could be like originally $200, now $80. Your mom was like, nope, that's not a sale. I'm not spending $80 on you.
Yeah, nope, not.
You know, that shirt usually $50, right? And you get it for maybe like $29.99, maybe $25.
Might be able to sell them on that.
You might be able to work on that.
Mama, you buying a shirt for my future. You know, she might actually believe it. This is an investment. So that's what he does. He takes it to his mom's and she cops it for him. And he is banana delighted over this shirt. I mean, my nigga set it out on the desk. Like, how many clothes did you really do that with as a kid? Like, you knew you was about to... When your moms used to take you shopping for clothes in August for your return to school after Labor Day, you knew what your first set of jeans, what your first shirt was going to be.
You might have that whole first week planned out.
If she brought you that many clothes. But for sure, your first day or so, you was rocking some fresh gear. Like, many of you young little nigglets showed up to school with the tags and the stickers still on your jeans and shit, bro. Y'all didn't fully check your apparel before you rolled out the house that morning.
I remember, oh shit. You remember when Nautica was a shit, man?
Bro, I had so much Nautica.
Dog, I had my Nautica shirt. I had the Nautica jeans. You know, you had the jeans back in our day, jeans with the patches on it on your pocket. So you know what brand you couldn't mix up the brands. You know what I mean? Like those Nautica jeans can only be worn with a Nautica shirt.
See, you was different. I wore Nautica jeans and was like, yo, nigga, these jeans is Nautical though. Don't be acting like you don't know. I don't care if this shirt is Foot Locker.
If they didn't have that big ass patch, you know they used to have the big ass patch on the back pocket.
Yeah.
Like they had that big ass symbol. You couldn't really do it. But like, I had Nautica shit. I had my Nautica jeans. I was ready. Like I could get shirts and clothes and stuff like that. Like shoes was hard. Like shoes, I just had to buy shoes. My mom won't buy no Jordans, nothing like that.
Nah, no Jordans.
She won't buy none of that shit, man. You better hope he like. So that's why I love like rocking like Air Force Ones. Cause them shit's like $60-$70.
Bro, they so expensive now. Have you like Nike is up the price on fucking Air Force Ones since when I was a kid. I'm looking on the Nike on the sneaker app and shit. I'm like, yo, let me get these black Nikes. $100. What?
Man, Air Force Ones ain't never been $100 goddamn dollars, man.
That's what you say. Ain't nothing but $100 goddamn dollars.
It ain't never been. Like,
I was about to say, yeah, they used to be $60, $55.
$70-$80 used to be around it, and then you can find the shits on sale.
Lord, don't get no color on your checks with them shits. They automatically go up $60. If your check is a different color than the rest of the shoe now, that's an extra $60.
See, that's why I would still get some shell toe like the Superstar Adidas. Them shits $85.
I don't know Adidas. I can't fuck with Adidas now because they agree with what Kanye said about slavery. So,
you know what, man? Like, yeah.
I probably just ruined your shoe game, but yeah, it's real.
I mean, I ain't got no Adidas right on me, so I was about to go get some for the summer. But yeah, man, I forgot. Man, y'all gonna have, like, somebody did joke online and said, man, y'all can have us out here wearing Skechers.
Bruh, Adidas right now is a D done. Okay, I'm messing with them right. They're done. But yeah, so he gets the shirt and he puts it on the desk and he's got it laid out. I mean, my man didn't even sleep good. He woke up 3 hours early.
He was ready. He woke up before the alarm.
Turning around looking at that shit.
Ready.
Ran over, was like, I finally get to throw this bitch on. He threw the hoodie over it. He walked out the house. He walked to the bus stop like a G. He was like, oh, wait till they see this hoodie. He walked up on the bus. He was like, niggas is noticing me. He sat down. His homeboy was like, yo, nice shirt. He's like, thank you. And that's what you give him, like when somebody give you that nice shirt. I like your jeans. You just hit him with the thank you. Like the real proud thank you.
That's why he didn't wear. That's why he put the hoodie on, because he didn't just come out with straight like, I just fully got this thing. You know what I mean?
Right. He just thank you. So he gets on the bus and you start to get some understanding of the different characters, right, and the way they pick on people and shit from the bus ride. And I thought that was like real. I feel like I watch a lot of movies where they over exaggerate the whole bus ride. I think this film pretty much nailed what it's like to ride a bus in junior high school. And old boy get like, even the reaction of the bus driver, old boy getting punched in the fucking side of his head and that shit smacking the window was so real. Like I was like, bruh.
Dude, hold up. Can we talk about? Because I think it was somewhere on our bus that I spit out the window or something, and it came back in or somebody in the back.
Oh shit.
Oh, didn't that happen to that shorty girl?
I probably
You remember
did.
that, don't you?
I think it did.
So like that shit is real. But can we talk about that snitching ass nigga?
Bruh.
Came out the cut like, dog. He was like, "Who did it?" And all you had to do was be fucking quiet.
Just be quiet, bruh.
Like nobody said nothing. Nobody was turning around. Everybody was just like, what was he gonna do? Fight everybody on the bus? Like, no, he wasn't about to do that. So all you had to do was chill. He come out the cut. You on the other side. He ain't come and shoot. You come point it. And you can tell that nigga's a bully too, man, because he pushed him in a way that he would not get in trouble. Quick punch, made his head hit the window, and the only thing the bus driver fussed at him for was walking. Don't be walking while the bus moving.
My man cried into his hoodie for the rest of that ride. Okay, them was real tears of pain. You can't cry out loud outside. You can't cry out loud. Don't let them see you hurting. Them was tears of pure pain and agony. He cried into that 100% cotton like a G. All right, them was silent tears. They get all, and Ern is just watching. Like Ern looks at every situation of people getting bullied. Like, I don't want that to be me. But I think something that we understand really early from watching this shit is that Ern is the subject of life bullying. He just gets bullied by life. It doesn't really fucking matter who specifically life is using as its tool to bully him at that time. But that is what Ern deals with. And that shit started young. I don't know if it was because of the way he was raised. I don't know if it was just part of his character in general. We all are unique individuals under God's eyes, whatever his makeup may be. But he is just one of those targets in school that don't stand up for themselves, that got bullied. Maybe it's because he's smart. I'm not sure. But he is constantly on the lookout for not being the one getting pressed up on by the niggas that is going to definitely push your buttons if they see you got something to push. So even though he's trying to stunt, he's still keeping his head
never really
down.
tries to stand up for himself.
That's what I'm like. He just doesn't have that in his character. We saw that with the Alfred situation last episode where he just left. He didn't even try to defend himself where Alfred was trying to sever ties. He just got up and he left.
Hey, the part when the dude was at Paperboy and he was like giving him I got y'all free drink. He said, now we trying to, I ain't talking to you, nigga. Like, but nigga, we ain't talking to you. You could have said shit because right then I would have had your back. You just kind of folded up. You know, you had your boys with you literally outnumbered to do 3-1 and he at work.
How about the fact that it don't matter if y'all around or not, you're not gonna be talking to me like that. Like, ain't you supposed to be getting a tip, nigga? This how you coming out your face? I don't care if you crazy or not. Put me on. I don't give a you put on ass nigga. I don't give a fuck about that. But he rolls into class and I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nothing in the halls. He rolls into class and we get a feel. You got this white teacher. You got this 90% black classroom. Now, did he walk up the halls with his little white friend first? Before he rode into the classrooms?
No, when he rode into the class, the first class he went to was the class that had the big dude substituting.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, because he
you right.
He sees a little Bobby Brown looking motherfucker.
That's when Chris comes out and starts joking.
He's like, he said, oh man, I like that jersey stuff. He starts looking at it and he said, yeah, he thinks my mom got it for you. And then Devin walks in
with the same jersey.
He's like, oh, this she got more stripes. So he's like, one of y'all fake. And then the teacher comes in, then he starts joking on the teacher. And
you know what's funny about clothes? There is clothing that the real version has less shit on it. Because that manufacturer doesn't need to prove their brand. Their brand is on the tag, right? Like, who is the joint with the alligators on the shirt? Like the little the little animal figures.
You talking
I feel like it starts with an I.
Yeah.
Izod does not have a whole lot of shit on their shirts, and not even just Izod. I want to say it's North Face.
Polo's junk is tiny.
It's Polo, and it's somebody else that they really don't put their branding on their shirts. Right? You gotta look for their tag because I remember somebody made a joke.
Tommy didn't have branding on their shirts until I said Tommy.
Yeah.
until like rappers started doing it. Then they started making those big ass branded
because
shit. But it used to be real small shit.
The reason they didn't is because the nigga mentality, and yes, this is a black podcast. The nigga mentality surrounding like branded clothing is I want people to see that I'm wearing Tommy. I want people to see I'm wearing North Face. I want people to see I'm wearing Guess or Nietzsche or Sean John. I want them to see that shit. So if your fucking tag on your shirt is 2 millimeters big and it's on the inside cuff of your collar, you might not buy that shit because niggas ain't gonna know what you rocking. But if in the middle of your shirt it say FUBU with 300 other FUBU patches on it to symbolize that in the FUBU scouts, you don't want to know how to burn all the wood, start all the fire, and save all the people drowning, then yeah, that's the one you gonna purchase. It's funny because Devin's shirt got all these official FUBU looking patches on it. And Earn's shit don't have nothing official on it but the words FUBU. So right there, I was kind of like, yeah, Devin got the real one.
You know what? I kind of want to look up. You know what? I'm gonna Google FUBU jersey just to see what it look like. And I don't remember ever having one when I was young.
I still have a FUBU platinum sweater in my closet, nigga.
I had shirts. I never had one of the jerseys. It might be because like everybody had a jersey.
I never had jerseys like that. I definitely had some hockey jerseys growing up. Because that was a style. That was Wu-Tang niggas put us on to that.
The only thing I really wanted growing up was one of those. Remember when NASCAR jackets came in?
Yes, sir.
Fashion?
Yes, sir.
God, I really wanted
like
one of those.
Like the fucking Eminem jacket?
Yo, I really wanted one of them shit.
Or the Yahoo shit? I'm at the Yoo-hoo joint?
Yo, all of them, man. I was gonna get like, cause my dad like Jeff Gordon anyway. I was gonna get like the little DuPont one because they had like the rainbow shit. Like, man, I really wanted one of them NASCAR jerseys.
Them or Averex jackets, well, it used to be the shit. Like, that's what you like $400. I'm getting this Averex jacket, bro.
No, you had an Averex jacket. You were the man.
You were stunting. You were definitely fucking stunting. They had this all black Averex with a white lining on it. Oh, that shit was fire. Fire. Shit that white people didn't wear. White people didn't wear them NASCAR jackets and them fucking Averex jackets. It's only a black thing. Weird. But yeah, so the first class, young Tracy, aka Chris, is up on the desk and he is bullying. They even show you the aspect of students bullying teachers. Yeah,
because this was a sub.
This is some shit you deal with your whole life. They bring in this really big black dude, overweight, sits in the chair, it almost breaks. It's straight up target for bullying. Like, I've thought about when I retire from my job and I might like go into the school system just to like teach like computer science or something. But I already know if I go in there, I'm gonna have to give kids a tongue lashing.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you right now, from a dude that I've been in school stuff like that. I'll joke a kid quick.
You got to.
I'll joke a kid quick, and you don't have to be mean with it. But like if they say something to you, because most times like a little kid is corny. We're talking about, you know. Mm-hmm. If they say something to you, if you hit them back with a quick like something quick. What you're gonna get is they're not gonna expect that to come back for you, and none of the kids are, and the kids gonna be like, "Oh shit, the teacher got like that's what the kids are gonna do," and that right there is gonna quiet that person down. Mm-hmm. And then you just seem like you're cool. You be like, "Hey man, let's get to work."
Right, not an easy target. Just don't make yourself a target. But my man sitting down in the class, everybody, I'm the substitute. Sit down. You are an easy target, especially for young Tracy. My man is up on his desk doing all the new edition moves. Like every little step he takes is a joke on your ass. Okay, so it's just not looking good for you right now, bro. It's not looking good.
Oh.
And Ern sees Devin's shirt, and Devin is giving him the fucking stare at death, dog. Like, hey, you know your shirt fake, nigga. You know that shirt is fake.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna wait till we get to that part because when Devin says what he says, there should have been a full thing where everybody should have believed Devin had the real shit.
Yeah. Oh, the Jordan shit? Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I'm gonna wait.
We'll get there. Is this the part where they cut to Alfred sitting in the principal's office?
Yes.
What did he do?
His ROTC uniform on.
What did he do?
He said the dude stole a graphing calculator. I think it was the dude stole a graphing calculator. They said Alfred stole one. But somehow, like, there was some type of selling of it going on. Because when he told, he said, remember, because the principal was like, and this is why we don't sell stuff on school, like sell things back and forth to students on school property. And then he's like, he has my shit because he got my name engraved on everything. And Alfred was like, well, I mean, if you have to, man, like that means that I got to get in trouble and he got to get in trouble. So, you know, do what you have to do. And then he's the boy when he said both of us got to get in trouble. He's like,
right. So the principal like dismissed him or whatever. And when he leaves, did he walk out the office and say, y'all some snitches?
I think he said they got snitches in here.
That's what he said. They got snitches in.
No, did you see how he looked at the dude when he left?
Yes.
Like he took, I'm gonna need the hall pass. The dude wrote in the hall pass, and then he looked at the dude like, nigga, like yeah.
Alfred, since a youngin' been gaming. I think just going through some of my tweets from that night, I definitely need to point out that the casting on Atlanta is so fucking dead ass. The little kid that they got to play Earn had all his mannerisms down.
Oh yeah. And even talked like him and responded like him in certain jugs.
I was like, where did you find this kid?
Like shout out to the kid for being a good actor.
Right?
Because you just don't do that. That's trained into you.
It was spot on. The way he responded to his mother, the way he talked to the kids about not finding out it was his jersey. Even his eyes. Even like his facial expressions were straight Earn. The way he turned and walked really fast away from stuff. I was like, damn, they really nailed this casting. So I don't have little homie's name, but he definitely did a really good ass job of being young Earn. If I find his name, I will say it later on in the show, but for right now, I don't have it in front of me. So I guess this is the part where he was walking up the hall with his white friend. And he was talking to the white kid, and the white kid basically was kind of like, that's where they kind of established the dynamic between the way like white kids view apparel and black kids viewed apparel in school. If your clothes is dingy, as a black kid in school, you automatically is getting snapped on. Jokes are coming your way. You can't come up in school with raggedy clothes, off-brand everything, that you were just going to get clowned because that's what we put our value in. And this white kid is like, I've been wearing the same shirt for like 3 days and nobody has paid any attention to me.
And the fact that nobody's going to really pay attention to what he wears as much as they're going to pay attention to what somebody else is going to wear. Mm-hmm. Because he was kept saying like, this is not that important. And then I was over here like, to you, white man, to you.
Right.
I mean, and in the end, we all know it's not important, but image is a big thing. We all were like Earns around our age, so we all kids at the same time. Like image was immaculate. Like
I can't even say we all don't know that because later on in this episode, that's not the message that Earn's mother sends him. That's just it's different levels to this message too. It's different levels, so it's weird. Like I guess the best way to explain it is, so as a kid, right, my dad was big into how your clothes looked on you. He didn't care that you wore name brand clothes. He cared how your clothes looked because my pops was a straight thrift store shopper. He would buy Azad or whatever shirts from the thrift store, take them to the dry cleaners, get them shits fixed, hemmed up so they looked right on him. He's a big dude too. Or he was a big dude. And then he would wear that shit out fresh and get compliments on some shit. And people be like, damn, what shirt is that? And it could be Boss or it could be Guess. And if you like have shopped at some hood spots, you know Boss is like a really, really cheap brand of clothing. But it didn't matter because his shit was always neat. Always clean. No wrinkles, nothing. That's what he cared about. My dad be like, brush your teeth, wash your funky ass face, put deodorant on, put lotion on, and make sure you iron your clothes. That's what he cared about. He didn't care about name brand shit. Now, that's a black mentality that's a certain mentality from black parents for their kids. Like, it don't matter if your shirt costs $200. It matters that your shirt looks neat on you and that you look kept. They want to send their kids to school out in public, period, looking kept. But then there's kind of this other viewpoint from people where your brand matters. Like your quality of your clothing matters. And that's what they focusing on. So it's kind of confusing at that age for a child to try to distinguish. Right, you might iron that cheap ass shirt when you go to school, but them kids, they gonna look at your tag and see that brand. So for Ern, it's like his mother brought him. It's so weird. Like his mother brought him these cheap FUBU shirts because they was cheap. She wasn't gonna buy them shits new. But also she expected him to wear these shirts because she paid for them. And if Ern would have been like, I can't wear these shirts because these kids gonna joke me at school, mama. Like they literally gonna joke me. You ever tried to tell your mother or your father you're not gonna wear something to school because the kids gonna make fun of you?
Nigga.
What they usually tell you?
Put that down.
You better put that shirt on.
Those ain't my kids.
Them kids don't pay for your clothes. I pay for your clothes. You wear what I tell you to put on.
Yeah.
And then they send you to school like that.
You gonna listen to me.
Right. And they send you to school like that. They send you to the front lines like that. And everybody tears you apart. So all of a sudden now you're like, oh man, I gotta get fly shit. It creates this like dynamic with kids to where they start to value brand apparel and shit. And at the same time, they're also supposed to be valuing being kept. It's mad confusing. I'm not saying that black parents should not tell their kids it's about being kept. But also, you need to care about how your kids are being treated out here in this world. Because it's funny, like Ern's mom even says, don't you let nobody bully you. But part of the way is to avoid bullying is to do shit that won't get you bullied. And if you show up with some Jordans on and that nigga is facing the wrong way to dunk, you're going to have a problem on your hands.
I would say I can't remember, but that's one of the reasons why, like, I will go and get, like, just some regular pants or regular plain shirts. Like, I never tried to get fake shit. Like, I tried my best to really look and identify if something was fake, because, you know, it's better to just wear your shit and wear, like, a random ass shirt than to sit out there and have a fake ass shirt on. You know what I mean? But I see a lot of parents, man, who will put their kids in some fake shit, and some of it is so they can look like they stunting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think it was who is it? The dude Kevin on stage, he made a thing talking about, like, somebody said, why your kid in off-brand shit while you wearing Jordan and stuff? And he's like, you know why my kid in off-brand shit? He said, one, because my kid ain't got no job, and I do. He said, but two, he said, you know how much these kids grow? He said, I bought a pair of shoes at the beginning of the year that this nigga can't fit now.
And that's cool.
So,
just don't put them in off-brand shit.
Jordans, and then you can't wear them no more. He said, I got to buy this. I got to buy sportswear. I got to buy all this stuff. He's like, nah.
Okay, so we distinguish an off-brand from fake shit. Yeah, buy them off-brand shit. Don't buy them no fake shit, though.
Yeah, like, I've had regular shirts. I've had shirts, like, you remember, what was it? I know you remember Fines.
Yeah, I used to work there.
Yeah. You used to work at Fines.
Fines menswear? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Went in Coliseum Mall. Worked there for like 4 or 5 months. Sure did.
That, man. I would have got a discount.
Discount was trash, sir.
I would have still tried.
It was trash, sir.
But you remember, man, like, they had plain shirts. They had shirts with a little bit of shit on them. Mm-hmm. You know, get you some sweats. You know, that we used to all rock. Like, there's stuff you can get where everything you got to wear is name brand. You know what I mean? Because I remember I found some name brand shit cheap, and then trying to keep my name brands together, and people being like, "Oh man, you got that name brand." Like, I was like, "This is too much. It's too much for my soul."
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard for black kids too. As I know, growing up as we did, style was a thing. Like, your style was important. You know, and even if you carry just, I wear sweatpants, I wear sweatshirts, jeans, and Timbs all the time. That's my style. You still had to be kept with that style. Like, you had to keep up that image. And Ern is a kid who values what he sees other people put value in. Not necessarily, he doesn't have the confidence to stunt. He doesn't have the belief in himself to stunt. So if the whole school is saying that FUBU is cool, then that's what he's going for. He's going to get him a FUBU shirt because it's very simple. For a kid to be so fucking smart when it comes to common street sense, he's very basic.
I mean, like, but it's just an immaturity. He's walking and he sees this thing that usually he doesn't even think about ever getting, right?
Yeah.
He kind of knows his mom is not going to buy it. So, but when he sees it, it's like, oh man, now it's attainable. I can have it. And now I can be that for one day. You know what I mean? It'd have been the same way if me growing up and I had all this other stuff, but like if my mama came home with a pair of Jordans, I'd be like, oh shit, like I'd be ready to wear it because like I ain't never had that before and it'd be attainable. And I'd be like, yeah, I got that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just for one day, you know, I got that shit. And everybody feels like that, but usually you start to get a little older and you realize that it ain't that important, or you start seeing your own self in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of get out of that.
Yeah. So and we went really long on that. Sorry, y'all, I had to get that out of the way. So when we get later on, we got to explain that shit again. But yeah, give it some thought. Give it some thought to the way your parents raised you, what they put emphasis on as a child, the way they dressed you and sent you out into the world, and what they expected the people to see from you, and the way they expected you to carry yourself. And look at the way that shit, you know, has affected you now as an adult. How do you view what does your closet look like? You know? But me, I don't really be giving a fuck. I for sure will wear a wrinkled ass shirt out here into the world because I'm comfortable. Big fat comfortable nigga. So let's see, they cut back, and as Ern walks into the other class with the white teacher, this is where we get introduced to a character that I wish we'd have got more background on, Denisha.
Yeah, I wanted some more, man. I really did. I fully agree with you on that.
Denisha shows up in the class and she has her head on her desk and she's kind of just does not want to be bothered. The rest of the class is trying to figure out who got the fake shit on. There's a segment after this with some note passing that is fucking hilarious.
Duh.
So supposedly Denisha, and I didn't notice it, but a lot of people did. Denisha, when she looks up at the argue with this teacher, has a black eye.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, it was right under her right eye, I want to say.
Okay. So we're going with the theme of bullying. We've had a teacher that's been bullied. Devin and Ern are both kind of getting bullied. Alfred bullied that kid out of a calculator and some money. And now we have this young girl, this black girl in this class who looks like she's probably being abused at home. Maybe she got into a fight at school. The way she responded to the teacher had a lot of people thinking that there was depression or something going on. And then her attitude later on in the episode, when we get there, we'll go further into it, had some people thinking she was manic.
I mean, people love to say, you know, manic and bipolar and stuff like that. I'm a person that looks at it and I'm like, there's a possibility. I have to know more, but shit don't usually switch in like a day like that. You usually have like straight up, you know, times. But yeah, if the story is trying to show it, I can understand. There was a relationship between the teacher and her. And you could tell there was a relationship between the teacher and her and her family, trying to figure out what was going on. You know what I mean? Like trying to, cause she like, we done talked about this. And like the teacher didn't get mad when she kind of lashed out.
Yeah,
so,
she's dealt with Denisha on a regular, so she understands her attitude.
It'd have been nice to see like a little more, but I kind of think they put in there to just show you kind of the different dynamics that you just have in a school where everybody's going through something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You just don't know. And I think that's why teachers are great, because you don't know what walks through your door. You don't know what that kid is going, you know, what they're struggling through and what you're going to have to deal with. on a day-to-day basis.
Right. Yep. So we get through that, and Ern goes to the next class, and he is getting the 3rd degree from these young ladies that are sitting near him. One of them likes him. The other one is the messenger, and she passing him some notes. You know, do you like this girl? He's like, yes. And then the next note was, is your FUBU jersey fake?
Nigga.
And he checked no. And then the next note didn't even have a yes or no checkbox on it. It just said,
I'm letting you know.
Because she don't like broke ass niggas.
I was like, oh, man, these notes hit to your core. Dog. Let's talk about, as guys, how quick your heart got to beating when you got a note like that. Like when the girl slipped you the note and you open it, you're like, what the fuck is this? And he even had all them intricate folds that girls do.
Oh, 50 million folds, bro.
That you can't never fold back.
Origami messaging.
Like, I ain't never seen girls know how to fold a letter so that shit locks.
What's crazy is they do all them
tabs to get it to open.
They do all them folds, and it's not even like unnecessary, because it'd be different if they did them folds and then she passed you a origami swan or a praying mantis. But that's not what you get. You just get a square with 50 million damn smaller triangles in it.
Hey man, but look, some of them folds, man, they be straight up having, like I told you, they got locks on them. You gotta open them up with pull tabs and shit. It's very intricate, and you can never fold it back the right way.
Hell no.
Can never fold it back. You just like, here, girl, take this. And Ern didn't do it. Ern just checked it, kind of like folded in half. It was like, here.
Which is amazing, right? Because you do that. You hand it back to them, crumbled up with the check on it. And then when you get it back, it's all neatly folded, all tight and shit again. Like, you got to go through this whole process again.
Like, I got to do this shit again, shit.
But yeah, they straight carried him in those messages. Now, before he gets to this class, though, he has to walk through an outside area. And he runs into these 2 older kids, and this is where the kid from The Shy was in it, the one with the twist. And they're like, yo,
that was the same nigga from the bus, wasn't it?
I don't think that's the same dude that punched the kid in the face.
It wasn't the same nigga that punched?
I don't think so. No.
All right.
I think that was another little...
I could be getting my Nicholas confused.
I think there was another little rowdy youngster.
Okay.
Yeah. With the Jamal with the good hands is what I think he was on the bus. But dude with the twist and the other dude are picking on Ernie like, yo, let me see your shirt. Oh, holy shit. Yo, this that FUBU joint everybody talking about. Da-da-da-da-da. Ern deals with the girls in the classroom. He runs into Al, and Al is like, you know, kind of spitting game to him like, hey, bro, don't let these niggas find out your shirt is fake. Al was like, yo, Ern said, if they find out my shirt is fake, yo, they gonna kick my ass. And Al said, yup. He wasn't even like, it ain't gonna be that bad, bruh. They're not gonna kick your ass. Alfred don't have no reason to lie. Like, Alfred ain't gonna lie to make you feel better. Even as a kid, you was like, Alfred, they gonna punch me in the dick. And Alfred was like, yup. Right in your whole dick, dude. Alfred is straight fucking forward. And I thought one of the saddest moments in this episode, man, was when Ern went to go get some lunch, and them 2 cafeteria dudes knew that his FUBU shirt was fake.
Nigga, I was like, and the thing is, man, the people who work at school know all the gossip because kids loud. So like they were literally like, oh, that's that nigga with that fake shit that everybody talking about. I felt so bad for him, man, as a kid.
Hey, yo, who was the kid that said, my moms won't even let me watch Dragon Ball Z because she saw the black kid with the red lips and now it's racist?
No, that was Ern.
Was that Ern?
Yeah, Ern was talking to, that was when Ern was talking to Alfred. And because Alfred said, yeah, man, that shit is weird. But.
Which is a comment that Alfred makes all the time. Yeah, man, that shit is weird. So they even cast young Alfred right. Ern is now trying to get through the rest of the day without them niggas giving him the full-on test.
Oh, hold up. No, we ain't. Yeah. When he got in the part where he got the note, that's when he was in like the science class, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the person saying that your shit is because she like, you pretty smart and stuff. But that's when he got the rip in it.
Yeah, where he saw that
She
cheap
said,
ass.
you got a thread. And I'm sitting like, nigga, don't pull that thread,
Don't
nigga.
pull it.
Don't pull that thread,
Don't
nigga.
pull
You pull that thread. I was like, oh, nigga, pull the thread.
That nigga pulled the butterfly knot out. Don't pull it.
I was like, oh, you pull the thread, nigga.
That
you
shit looked like
they
they sewed that shirt together with floss. That shit looked terrible.
never pull the thread, nigga.
That thick ass line of thread shit looked like a tapeworm. I was like, what is this threading? This
So
is not legit.
yeah, that's when, because even when he showed the Alfred was like, oh shit, man, you gotta hold that shit, yeah, man. Don't let people know, man. Like, and that's why he had the coat on for the rest of the day, because he was trying to just
and he was keeping his head down. But inevitably, he got cornered when he came around the wrong corner. He tried to walk past it. They was like, yo, Earn. They escorted his ass right on back because they had Devin over
They
there.
really did. They
and
really
it was like,
did.
one of y'all got a fake shirt on. We gonna figure it out right now because one of y'all got a fake shirt.
Oh, no, go to lunch first.
What happened to lunch? Besides the
Remember
fact that they you talking about when they picked on Devin and chased him out of the cafeteria?
They came in there on lunch, and then that's when Devin was like, yo, my dad got this for me. Y'all know, everybody know I be having all the Jordans and shit. You know what I mean? That's what I felt like everybody should know. Because every school had that one fly kid that had everything.
We definitely had a nigga at my school named Brandon who had every pair of Jordans that ever came out.
Always had the new shit, always had it. You knew the new shit was out when he had it on. Mm-hmm. So, and you know who that person was. So if Devin is that person where he said everybody know I always got a new Jordans, it's always going to, and he literally said, Earn be coming here looking like a bum.
And y'all know you do.
And the fact that none of them kids were like, you know what, man, you make good points. They were just like, they just kept kind of, because they're like, oh, we'll find out.
But here's my thing. I think what goes into that is the fact that maybe those kids finally had a reason to like shade Devin for always coming there and being fly. It's like, oh, this nigga Devin be flossing all the time, but look, this nigga is really, it should be fake. He be fake flossing. Like, niggas will look for any opportunity to tear down another nigga they jealous of. Kids definitely be looking for opportunities to tear down kids they jealous of. And that was just easy, because again, 1 + 1 = Earn. Y'all know he broke. Why all of a sudden y'all think he got to come up and Devin coming down? That just ain't, that just ain't. But they had this conversation, and Alfred comes around the corner after the whole cafeteria incident, because those two kids, they harassed Devin for the rest of the day. They chased him up out of that calf, and Earn kind of looking like, woo, at least it wasn't me.
Yeah, because basically they were all like, wait for so-and-so to come because he know all the shit.
Right.
Like he's gonna know who is what and all that good shit.
Yep. So Earn is trying to like get through the rest of the day, got his hoodie on, walking really fast everywhere, trying not to be noticed. And as he almost escapes out of the door or wherever, he gets pulled down the hall, and those kids, they are doing the grill on Devin. They about to grill him. They about to do a 1-to-1 comparison of these FUBU jerseys. And as they are just about to figure out that Earn clearly has the fake one,
which they fully say, the dude fully says, points to Earn one and said that one's fake. That shit says made in Bangladesh.
Right.
And not China.
Alfred comes around the corner, and this kind of creates a better understanding of their dynamic as family and friends. This paints the picture of pretty much who carries who in this relationship, and who is the one that really be having one another's back, right? Alfred can do a lot more for Earn than it seems that Earn can do for him. That's just the way they are. Like Alfred, he is more confident. He can talk. And Earn is just kind of Earn. He's just nerdy, kind of quiet. Girls might think he's cute, but they also know he broke. And it's just real talk. I like this conversation because Alfred comes around the corner with the most dumb ass logic ever. But because he's confident in what he's saying, and y'all better not question that shit, they believe him. He says, well, that shit made in China. You know this nigga saying that it's made in China because he Chinese. Why y'all believe in him? And then the kid was like, I'm not Chinese, I'm Filipino.
And the funniest thing about that though is that my my girl was raised around a bunch of Filipinos. She like, he said that nigga Chinese. She was like, ain't he Filipino though? I was like, I can't tell. She knows him when she sees him, but that shit was funny though.
At this point, when they realize that, when they think they finally figured it out, that Devin has the fake jersey because this shit was made in China, but Ern has the real jersey because they only make real shit in Bangladesh. I don't know how that logic it was able to last as long as it did. They start hounding Devin.
It didn't matter because it didn't have to be real. They just needed somebody who they thought was enough to co-sign that shit.
Yeah. And I mean, that co-signed it not just for him, but for the older kids, because the older kids got involved in this shit now. And they was like chasing Devin, like they was throwing eggs and shit at him, won't they? Getting on the bus, like what the fuck was they throwing at him?
They were doing a lot to Devin,
a whole lot for a jersey, bruh. You know, and he was getting harassed and bullied, and Ern is just watching from the window with this sigh of relief, like I'm just glad it's not me. He gonna ride this lie till the wheels fall off. So, you know, Ern goes all the way to the back of the bus like Rosa Parks who. And sits his ass down, and his only concern is making it all the fucking way home to get this hole-in-one jersey off. And he better not never show that jersey to the light of day again. He better not wash his car with that jersey. You better not see him polishing shoes at the metro station with that jersey. That jersey needs to be burned. As far as the way these kids is treating this whole situation. Don't take no chances with that FUBU ass jersey. Now, there's been a lot of I've had a lot of conversation with some people about this last scene. Well, this second to last scene. Last scene is actually at his house. But this scene where he comes back to school.
Yeah.
And there's a speculation that this is not the next day. That there's some time here in between when he got on the bus last and wore the FUBU shirt.
I mean, it's one of the things where it could be both. There's not a lot there to show you, you know, how much time. I mean, how much time were people saying that went by?
So I think some people were saying a couple of days, maybe a week, a month. I would say a week or two, maybe. I don't think it's been as long as a month, but there are some good reasons to say that it's not the next day. And I think I'm more lean now on it not being the next day. I think the biggest one is the fact that Denisha does not have that black eye anymore. Black eyes usually don't go away in a day, especially not hers if y'all seen it that straightforward. Also, the dynamic change in her demeanor. Some people pointed out as well her position is sitting in class. Typically, kids sit in the same desk. I have been in schools where we kind of sat where we wanted to when we came to the classroom. And if you came in last, you sat at whatever desk. Her desk position did change. But I think this more holds to there having been some time in between. Because if Devin was dealing with his parents getting a divorce and that was messing with his head, and then these kids picked on him every day for like a week that he came to school, the way they picked on him that day, they thought his FUBU jersey was fake. Then I could see that bullying over even a short period of time being a reason that he finally commits suicide. But I also think that him being bullied, going home and committing suicide that night, makes the point of bullying being something we need to take serious stronger. It just does for me, like to have that immediate effect. Because generally, not saying that's all the time how it happens, but that's how people be taking their lives. They literally be here one day and they just be gone the next. And you really got to put the pieces of the fragmented world that they broke down by taking their life back together to try to figure out what happened to make them do that. But that jersey bullying was a straw that broke the camel's back.
You can. Some people would like stuff to be, and I'm not arguing for either side because I think both of them work. It could be one day, it could be, not, you know what I mean? But sometimes when it comes to suicide, a lot of people would love for it to be something where there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of all this happened. I can look at it to see where somebody where somebody got pushed to that. And they don't like to look at, because that's a scary notion, that this shit could have just been one time.
Yeah.
It could have just been one time. You know what I mean? Because then it just being one time, like, that's a lot. That hits a little bit more. Because then you're like, okay, that could happen to anybody. So I think, both ways can work.
Mm-hmm. I think, and that's why I like this show. I think anybody's interpretation of things is a legit interpretation when having a discussion about the things that take place. But yeah, so the principal comes in, announces that Devin took his life, and that if anybody needed grief counseling, they could come, I believe, talk to him or talk to some teachers.
Yeah, they'll let you know where to go.
And he makes this announcement and he leaves. When he leaves, the teacher goes, the original teacher that Denisha snapped on, she goes to start making a comment about why bullying needs to be taken seriously.
Yeah, we never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah, you never know what somebody's going through. You never know what. And before she can finish her statement, Denisha walks in and sits down. And I feel like that is done on purpose to kind of focus your lens now on this girl who we know was struggling with something, whether it be yesterday or a couple of days before, whenever it was that she had that black eye. But her whole demeanor has changed. So whatever problem she was having then, she's having a better day today. And, they telling her to flip to page 47 and she wants to read and she's enthusiastic and, she's here. Like, she is here and she wants to learn. And it's just weird to show that. Now, one of my boys on Twitter that we do some of these cons with, Jeff, made this statement that a lot of people found interesting to some of the other things that I was saying. I'm trying to find that. But I mean, what did you think as far as between the correlation between how Denisha was acting and what the teacher was saying when she walked in?
I just felt like, because she walked in, because she didn't get to hear none of the announcement or something like that. But I did figure there's something going on at home with her. You know what I mean? Like, to have that, to go from the day where, because, when she kind of showed it, because she was like, is there something that we need to talk about? When she kind of snapped at the teacher. And when she looked up, it was like a thing where she looked at the teacher and the teacher was like, all right, I understand. Go ahead, put your head back down. Because I've seen a lot of people who do that. I've worked with teachers who would be like, we know what's going on. There ain't much we can do, but make sure the kid's straight, And then her coming back in the other day, I mean, that could be typical of somebody with bipolar. That could be typical of somebody who's going through an abusive relationship. It could be typical a lot. And I kind of go back to the part where it kind of cements that, kids in school are going through a lot and you just don't know what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, with her going through something, with Devin, committing suicide and stuff like that. Like, these kids are struggling, even Earn trying to be just to be accepted and stuff like that. Kids in these schools are going through a lot of stuff. So I kind of took it as that, somebody could look at it and maybe see a deeper meaning or something else that was there. But that's what I got from it, just looking at it.
I just like the fact that the episode focuses on this notion that bullying needs to be taken seriously, because I know when I was growing up, and I have seen this in recent years, people treat bullying like it's bullshit. Like, it doesn't really affect a child's psyche or their demeanor. Like, they should be able to just take it. And somehow, I hate when people say this, bullying builds character. Bullying don't do nothing but make you stay. It either makes you hide from bullies or it makes you learn how to deal with bullies, which typically requires you to build up some type of bullying technique yourself to bully back.
And when people say that, they like, because bullying is something that happens every time, and it happens to multiple, at multiple levels. Sometimes it's just a light people going back and forth. Sometimes it's real heavy and just mean spirited. But when people usually talk to kids, they usually talk at them and tell them just get over it, stuff like that. But they don't actually ever teach them how to cope with those feelings. So when you tell somebody, hey, it's going to be all right, and then stuff like that, but you don't actually teach them how to cope, or it's okay to cry, or to be able to express those emotions that are happening, then you get kids who run into themselves and they're going to find other ways to cope with it, or feel like that the people that I go to aren't going to help me, so I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. It's not going to do anything anyway. So, we tell our kids to do a lot of stuff, and then we just expect. It's almost like you can tell a kid, like, you just need to be patient, but we don't ever teach a kid how to be patient.
Well, they kids too.
That's not something that's learning how to cope with these type of things. Is not something that's just innate.
Yeah. Boy Jeff said, and this, you can follow him on Twitter at Jeff J Says. When I asked, and I want to make sure I get it right, exactly what I asked. I said, all I said was we need to talk about Denisha. And his response to that was, they juxtaposed teasing a kid who seemed normal versus empathizing with a teen who exhibits warning signs for deep issues. It's not always clear who's suffering. And that's true. Like, nobody thought Devin was suffering because Devin looks fly every day. But Denisha coming in with a black eye clearly is suffering. And as the audience, you want to learn her story, but later on, you all completely overlook. You're like, oh, they picking on Devin. And it's like, I didn't feel terrible for Devin when they was picking on him. And that kind of like made me feel like I was part of the problem. Because I was like, oh, they picking on Devin, but he fly, he get new gear. He'll be straight tomorrow when he wears some new shit. And then he commits suicide. And it's like, shit. Okay, so you got to remember he's a kid. You got to remember you don't know what else was going on with him when they decided to pick on him about that real ass FUBU shirt. So Ern goes home and God, I don't even think he tells his mom about the suicide. He just kind of walks in the house, and Alfred's mother and his mother are in there talking. Alfred got his feet up on the chair watching TV or some bullshit. He don't seem to care or is affected by anything as well. Maybe he don't even know. I'm sure he does, because kids talk all day.
Yeah, but that could be something where, again, that could go to us not knowing how much time has went past. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there could have been more time that went past, because now, my mom was like, oh, I done heard somebody done committed suicide. It just, they get killed at your school and stuff like that. And it might not be something where it just happened. Mm-hmm.
So he walks in the house and his mother tells him, you start piano lessons tomorrow. I want you to wear a suit.
I would let a nigga a suit for piano lessons.
Right. But black parents do shit like that. You ain't never been overdressed for some old bullshit. I want you to wear these church shoes to soccer practice.
Like, I'd have been dressed for church.
But
like, I ain't never just been.
You say that, but her response right then made me think back to that fucking scene in Remember the Titans, where Denzel Washington is making his team put on a button-up dress shirt, and basically church clothes, to go practice at a space for the summer. Like, this is what we wear in every game. This is what we wear all the time. And I've seen that in movies too, where it's like they're trying to establish some type of it's not like a self-improvement, but
just a good
like
image.
A pride. Right, not even an image. It's not even trying to develop an image for the outside. They're trying to make kids have pride in themselves via their clothing or the way they dress. So they're like, we are a team. We need to have pride in ourselves. So we're going to wear a shirt and tie and slacks to every game to show them that we have pride, that we take ourselves seriously, and we are adults. We carry ourselves with professionalism and shit like that. But you're looking at LeBron and them, the nigga, they showing up in warmers and jumpers and shit. And they actually playing professional. And as a kid, I always found that weird.
Then the NBA changed the rules on them.
What they got to wear now?
Oh, they gotta wear. They usually gotta wear suits and stuff. They might have relaxed, but remember
to me.
when they changed the rule when Iverson came in.
Oh, with them shorts. And was just wearing whatever
Iverson
he wanted
came
to.
in, and Iverson basically was wearing like it is like 96. So him and that generation started wearing. They were just wearing gold chains. They were wearing stuff that, like they walked right out of a hip hop video, right? And they were trying to change the image up. So then they made it so that people had to wear suits to the games. Now they're gonna open it back up. So because guys are wearing more stylish stuff anyway. It doesn't not necessarily have to be a suit, but there's a part in the NBA where they changed it to suits. You got to wear a full suit because people was coming in. I mean, looking like rappers basically.
That's crazy. That's right. Like that's crazy to me that they're like, we want you niggas to look presentable when you play this sport of basketball full of niggas playing basketball. Yeah, we want y'all to look the way we want niggas to look.
Because it's all for doing it for, I can't look like this or I can't look like this certain thing because of if I do that, then a white person is going to think I'm this. You know what I mean? If I got my hair in cornrows and I'm wearing a hoodie, a white person is going to think I'm doing something bad versus me wearing a suit. And that's how, that's how it was. That's how respectability politics was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now we're slowly starting to get away from that. But like it was fully a thing back then. You know what I mean?
I always think it was a way to like not allow black people to express themselves the way white people don't want them to express themselves because they feel uncomfortable with that type of expression because they are black. It don't have nothing to do with we don't want you to make the league look a certain way. Because in reality, I bet you the reason that they even allowed to wear some of the stuff they can wear now is because of who's paying for the branding and what type of affiliation they might have with leagues. Like we're making money off people showcasing our shit.
Now they got like the more of the stuff in the NBA now. I mean, they've relaxed a bit as stuff is going on because there was a lot of backlash towards that, and now but now the people are more into fashion is more mainstream, like especially like high end fashion is more mainstream now, right? So that's what they got the players doing and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember in late 90s, that's what it was. They were like, nah, man.
They start talking about his mother specifically brings up that whole you only get one time to make a first impression, which again, I understand idioms, but I've always thought that was a dumbass idiom. Of course you only get one time to make a first impression.
But when you say that to people, it sounds good, but it also means that everything people think about you is locked in. That's it. You can't never change their perspective of you. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can have a first impression that's not the best, and then go change that. A lot of people's first impressions are dead ass wrong. There's a lot of people I'm cool with now who my first impression in them was, man, fuck that person. And then we don't understand too. We don't like to admit to ourselves that a lot of our first impressions are based on some real. Like shallow characteristic shit.
It's top level shit. It's
because you're not getting to know you can't get to know a person like that. You know what I mean? So your mind wants to we put people in boxes and stuff because it's easier for just our minds to work on it. It's easier for us to remember things if I just put you in these two type of shallow boxes. I get a little deeper when I get to know you, but that's usually how first impressions are. Unless the person does something that's real fucking impressive.
Well, yeah, if they try to stab you, I think that's a good first impression of a person.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You should go off that. Now, if a person lends you some money when you broke and they don't know you, that could also possibly be a really good first impression of that person's character. But yeah, it's very materialistic the way some people get judged out here, and specifically having to do with these clothes. Like your clothes need to look nice. This needs to look. You gotta always have nice clothes. I'm always like we come from a people who is enslaved for 400 years. We didn't have shit that was nice. All we had was our brain. I understand having nice stuff when you can afford it, but in reality, all of that nice shit don't make you a nice person. It don't make you a better person. The type of person you are is the type of person you fucking are, whether you rocking Jordans or fucking slip-on penny loafers from Walmart.
And it's something that as black people, every generation starting to to move a little bit further from it of just feeling like I have to look a certain way or be a certain way for the white majority.
Mm-hmm.
Like now we fully, now when we say that, we're not talking like going into a professional atmosphere and then just being like, I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want. I'm gonna come in some basketball shorts when everybody else is wearing suits and stuff like that. But it's like I can still put my own style and flair in that. I can still look nice and still look like and feel like me, and not like I'm wearing something else. You know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of like I said earlier. I think there's a difference between like making sure you are well kept, hygiene, you wearing the proper things you should be wearing in the proper environment. If you work for a professional company where everybody is wearing this, yes, you work for that company. That's how they branded themselves. That's how you show pride in the company you work for and present yourself properly. Now at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, you can dress however the fuck you want to, because you're not representing anybody anymore. You're not like, you're not branded by that company anymore. That's a different, and I understand, again, I also understand parents, you need to look nice. That doesn't necessarily mean your clothes are important. And she specifically says to Earn, your clothes are important. And I know this is like, we're talking verbiage, we're syntax right now, but that is important to a kid. Syntax is really important to kids because they're going to perceive these things the way kids fucking perceive them. And if you're saying clothes are really important, that's a person who's going to grow up feeling like clothes are more important than how you wearing your clothes.
Yeah. Instead of like, we want you to be and look your best.
Right.
And your best is whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like,
look your best don't mean look Tommy Hilfiger. It just means look your best.
And sometimes people, you forget that you can explain stuff to kids. They understand. You know? Yeah. But, parents are, and some of that is a holdover from their generation, where you had to do that, because you were getting judged on a racial shit of how you looked and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of that shit is passed down, and each generation is getting just a little bit better in handling that and stuff like that. I mean, I know now, I'll tell my child, like, I want you to look your best and everything like that, but I also want you to be you. And don't think that you just can't be. You have to take a part of yourself and hide it away.
Another thing that his mother says in this part, and the aunt says this as well, Alfred's mother, and this is the first time we ever get to see Alfred's mother. She says, don't ever let nobody bully you, and you make sure. She did say, I heard there was some bullying going on at y'all school. Don't you ever let nobody bully you. People bully you your whole life if you let them. And
which we were like, yes, Ern. you didn't grab that.
And then she was also like, her and he and Alfred have to take care of each other because they're cousins. They got to look out for each other. And that's when they tell Alfred to get his feet off the chair and pay attention, because he ain't paying attention to shit they saying. But that is the message that they send. So that kind of shows you how close they're supposed to have been. They supposedly have been over the years, which puts more emphasis on from first season, where you find out that Ern did not go to Alfred's mother's funeral.
Yeah.
And yet he still allows Ern to be his manager.
Which, I'm hoping that in the next episode or so, we're going to see, like, I would love to see Ern kind of take it, when he said, the mom was like, y'all got to look out for each other. Right? I would like for him the next episode to be like, you know what? Yeah, I got to remember that. I got to look out for him too, because he's been looking out for me. Right. And he takes that next step, because I want to see Ern succeed. He
thinks he's looking out for Alfred. He really got to put his bifocals on and get some clarity, So we'll see what he does. But I guess I gotta ask, because we had when this episode, given the theme of Robin season, what was Rob this episode? Everything I feel like has been a bit more clear, or has fit into that moniker than last week's episode of something specifically being robbed.
Man, I haven't thought about it enough to really come up with something concise.
I don't got nothing. I could be like Devin was robbed of his future and his life by himself.
He was that.
Kids are robbed of, I don't know, comfort, or I don't know, like robbed of their ability to learn over materialistic shit.
I feel like we both feel it. You know what I mean? And we're tiptoeing around it, but somebody's gonna put it on Twitter or something. It's gonna be like, yo, that's it. That's what that shit is.
Sure, works for me. I don't know, robbed of your values and more important shit than materialistic stuff. I don't know. I got nothing. But all right, y'all. That has been it. This has been Atlanta season 2, episode 10. FUBU. I'm your host, Phenom Black. Your host, Twan Burgundy. Miss Music Lover was not here tonight. She was having some laptop difficulties. Shout out to everybody in the Where's My 40 Acres podcast sphere. Thank y'all very much. And last week's episode will be the season finale. On the backs of us doing these Atlanta reviews, man, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, we're both on SNL this weekend. I suggest y'all really go watch them skits. My favorite one was the Barbie skit. That shit was just funny. And
I really enjoyed the Migos thing.
The Friendos. Friendos was a funny skit. And I also feel like when Donald Glover played the lawyer in the court, he made Keenan laugh when he poured that water pitcher into that glass and somehow still topped that glass off and just sat down and drank it. And I always like seeing people on them shows crack when they're supposed to be trying to keep a straight face and stay in character. But his new video for This Is America, that shit is fucking fire, bruh. Like, we had a conversation with Will Strickland back on the Teddy Perkins episode about how Childish Gambino felt about rap and if he'd outgrown it and all of that. And I think we kind of just got our answer of if he'd outgrown it, because there are about 50 million features on that song doing ad-lib from new wave rappers. So I don't think he's outgrown it. I don't think this new album is going to be fully rap because of the performance that he did as Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I think this one you're going to get more of a mix.
Very, very much a variety of genres that he wants to dabble in, it being his last one. So we'll see. But so far, This Is America is video of the year as far as I'm concerned. That shit is on the nose about everything. Dead ass sledgehammer on the nose. So we'll see y'all next week. Joy should be joining us for the season finale. She put in her request like 2 weeks ago. So she'll be back. And other than that, we'll see y'all next time. Tell a friend about us. And after the final episode goes up for season 2, Insecure season 2 episodes will start going up on YouTube.
I guess, I don't know what Secure is.
Insecure. I couldn't get it out. Just could not get it out. All right, y'all. Well, I'll let y'all. Peace.
Peace.